All right, let's take a look at this problem. I have a student who's learning about circle graphs and having to create them based on data. So this one's just a made-up version, so it can help you with similar problems that you're doing. So we have a couple who have their monthly income, and then they have a budget that they follow for how they spend their money. And this is like their money plan for the month. And so when you're creating this, I like to start with numbers that are easier to chart here or to add in. And really, we're doing a sketch. This is not going to be picture perfect by any means whatsoever. But I would start with the 25% right here. So 25%, I know that's a quarter, that's 1/4. I know that because 25 cents is 1/4, right, of a dollar. It takes 4 quarters to make a dollar. So I'm going to just generally do that to show that that is my 1/4. So this is food. So let's type that in, food. 25%. Remember I said it's not going to be perfect or beautiful. Well, I didn't say that, but if I'm sketching anything, I know it's not going to be beautiful. That's okay. All right, let's take a look at another section. So I got that. I'm going to mark it out just so I'm not looking at it anymore. What stands out? Maybe 40 and 10 adds up to 50%. That stands out to me. So if I were to extend, this straight down, looks close to a straight line, right? Then I know, now I'm going to erase all this, but I know that this is half of the circle. So the rent, utilities, and the charitable giving, that together is going to fill up that entire half of the circle because it's 50%, right? 50 cents is half a dollar. So I know the 40 and the 10 are going to be over there. That must mean that this, what's left, is going to fit in this section, which is another quarter, right? That was 25% at the top and 25% at the bottom. And let's see, does it actually add up to 25? Yeah, 10 and 10 and 5, 25%. Okay, so let's kind of focus on this next. Doesn't really matter which order you want to do that in, but I'm just going to think, okay, well, if this is 25%, if I was to split that down the middle roughly, 25, half of 25 divided by 2 is 12.5. So if this is about 12.5 and this is about 12.5, and I need 10 and 10, then I probably would just pull a line that's close, maybe there and there, something like that. Now let's see if I can erase all of my other scribble without erasing my lines. Probably not. I'll try. Nope, I failed at that. But you know what? I didn't really fail. It'll be okay. It really will. Okay. All right. Knowing this is a sketch is very helpful. You want to think about that the entertainment and the savings are the same size. So this size and this are supposed to be the same size. To me, this looks smaller here. So I can adjust it a little bit. Let's see. I can get a straight line again. Maybe something like this. Now, still not beautiful or perfect by any means. I feel like these are a little too small. This one's a little too big. I'm going to go with it for now, though. I'm going to say this is 10%, 5%, 10%. Okay. And so I know I was typing. I was being so neat about it earlier. So savings and 5% is miscellaneous. So that's miscellaneous. And then what is the other? Entertainment. Entertainment. All right. The other 10%. Yeah, I definitely feel like those lines need to be a little smaller. So I'm going to see if I can do that. I said smaller. That probably didn't make much sense. These sections need to be twice as big as this section. So I'm happier with that one. Okay. Now I've got 40% and 10%. Well, I just did 10%. So I wonder if I could try to mirror that over here. Roughly, you know, does that look about the same? All right. Something like that is my other 10%, which was charitable giving. 10%. What do I call it? CG, charitable giving. And all the rest is rent and utilities. 40% rent and utilities. Okay. So this gives us a really nice visual. I mean, now that it's done, I can see at a really quick glance, most of their money is going toward to the rent, to paying for where they live, right? But they do spend a really good chunk of the circle, a good chunk of their money on food, groceries, eating out, things like that. So, yeah, they're saving a little bit every month, and that's going to add up over time. But overall, it looks like a smaller amount. Their entertainment, they're giving to charities. And then 5% is just because, you know, there are things that are going to come up that don't fit anywhere in here. Now, this is a made up example, but I hope this is helpful to you as you're thinking about it. And I am quite sure that yours probably looks neater and cleaner and prettier than mine. And that's okay. But I want you to not think I'll never get this. You're going to find resources to help you, even from unlikely people like me who don't have an artistic bone in our body, right? But you found this resource, you're watching this video, you're sticking with it. So don't let that lie of I'll never get this stick in your head. You just got to send it back out, right? You find resources to help, just like you've done here today. All right. I'll see you next time.